Good evening, everyone. I am Static Pulse. I am your commentator for tonight. And we have two very good racers about to be lost in some very old caves. We have ColbyRayz versus Chargles, aka Black Sesame Seed. There'll be a very intense match tonight. These are both very good racers. See Chargles with Team Top, or ColbyRayz has a more eclectic mix of sprites. We shall see who wins tonight. All right, looks like the race is getting started. Chargles has been boasting about a secret technique that he has. I am excited to see what that technique is. He can't go 6 sinks in the ancient cave, so he must have come up with some new fun ways to beat Gygus. Well, I will neither say here nor there, Pebble Possum. First up, ColbyRayz finds the Tracy room. Chargles loses an Ori point. My cat is here watching. You may hear her purr into the mic. It is normal. And we have right up the Foresight department store, one of the bigger shops. Unfortunate that our racers don't have any money to really do much here, but they might be able to find some skip items. You can get some money with this broken spray can. I don't know who would pay near $100 for a broken spray can, but I guess anything's possible in this economy. Chargles going back, trying to look to see if there are any skip items for sale. Hamburgers, protein drinks, picnic lunches, all could be very useful. Not seeing anything yet at these food stalls. ColbyRayz, moving further into the cave, finds an eraser that is a special item used to erase, as you might expect, an eraser in the vanilla game, which is still there if they happen to find that room. It'll allow them to skip to another floor. Of course, the racers have to find it first. That's not always a guarantee. And we see protein drinks and skip sandwiches, 2 skip items on Chargles' side. Well, we have some DX waters. If our racers had more money, that'd be a very good item to stock up on just for food. Chargles finding Frank. You can still fight Frank and Frankenstein in the caves. If you do, you can use them as a free hotel. It uses a bit of time, but this early on, you get a little bit of experience. Probably not worth it at the moment. The kids are still quite healthy. So it doesn't look like there are any special flags tonight. I don't believe. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. So we have a very vanilla caves here. Chargles finding the Tiny Ruby skip. So we'll see where they go. There are antoids here, so maybe not have been a very deep skip. But, oh, tiny, not... I would have tried to avoid that fight because you can't run from the slimy piles and they tend to be freeze resistant because they are in the base game. But they seem to be taking okay damage from freeze. Okay, they did not infinitely call for help. So Chargles getting the EXP, seeing his level skyrocket. Yeah, actually, those slimy piles going down to 1 PK freeze beta was very good. The concern would be that they continue to call for help and then you run out of PP and then you can't take him out via bash attacks because you haven't found any weapons yet. So we have armored frogs and other 3-type enemies. I'm not excited about seeing those presents because those are probably department store enemies. Yep. These mystical records can and will hit very hard. ColbyRayz making her way through the main floor dungeon man here. Lots of presents, but since it's still very early on, not going to be very high value presents at this time. It may be worth taking a look at the presents simply because you might find some skip items like the backstage pass. But overall, you're probably just going to find baseball cap. Maybe you'll find a pop gun for Jeff. That would be very nice. Chargles making it through the records without any KOs on his kids is getting even more experience. ColbyRayz taking the heal on the bench here. Oh, and Chargles finding a heal spot right there. Very convenient. It can be a little dangerous, that area in Dungeon Man. Enemy spawns can ambush you after using the bench, or if you respawn there after taking a KO or resetting your game. So it can be a little dangerous, but it's pretty early floor, so unlikely that you'll have much trouble with a crow. Chargles finding another. Ooh, I think they got a skip sandwich. Yep, taking yet another skip. Since we saw 3 enemies, it's could have been probably somewhere in the neighborhood of floors 3 through 5, I guess. And we have the backstage, where the backstage pass would come in handy, but we have not found that item yet. Chargles potentially very deep in the cave now. A shiny coin. That definitely indicates they are on likely one of the later floors. I'd probably say at least, we have Starmen, so this is probably 8, maybe 9. This is definitely very far in the cave. And the very nice thing is he found that full heal right next to that save point, so even if something bad were to happen and he were to take a KO, he'd be right back in ship shape and can just come right back here and get at it. ColbyRayz, meanwhile, I think they're still on floor 1. I'm seeing still some very early game enemies. I think these are protoplasms right there yet. So Chargles right now with a very commanding lead, having skips likely to either deep 8 or somewhere on floor 9. So this is probably a regular Starman, since Starman Supers tend to come with regular. No, it looks like the same background. It might. No, it's a different color, so I think this might be a regular Starman. Thankfully, they are not freeze resistant, so these are very good enemies to grind a couple levels on. Not even all that bad if they call for help. Alright, Chargles finding a hotel here. Very convenient. Not saving though, but taking some cash out in case they happen to find a shop of some kind, maybe get some super bombs. Hey Leslie, yeah, he was finding what looked like to be Starman Supers, so he's either deep 8 or somewhere on 9, depending on how the cave is structured. We've only seen a shiny coin so far, and not much other indicators of what else. Baddest Beam, and that's pretty good. Very nice weapon for Jeff. Yeah, despite being called the baddest beam, it is not the best beam. They could not call it the bestest beam. Got a regular bazooka, also a very nice option for Jeff. Infinite bombs is helpful. Now we get to see Chargles meme here. We have a variation on the classic butts meme. On the bright side, Chargles will be able, if they go further into Summers here, see what floor they're on. Meanwhile, Colby finds the hype room. Unfortunately, it's still a very early floor, so not much, not all that hype. We're seeing fires here. So these are probably Lumine enemies. Yep. Yeah, I would not want to. Not the best enemy. Yep, floor 9. We have Electrospectre on 8, otherwise not too bad as far as the enemy list goes. So, what? Not even 10 minutes in, and Chargles is already. Ooh. So based on the enemies I'm seeing with the fires, it's likely he's heading towards Gygas, perhaps? But at least at this point, with just a bazooka and that's probably about it, really. Definitely not prepared to take on Gygas at this time. ColbyRayz taking on one of the hieroglyphs on the wall. These can also be very good for early experience. Tend to not be too dangerous. The Anubis-looking hieroglyphs can call thunder. Oh, the mines. Ooh. The mines can be a very dangerous place. It's very easy to get lots of bad spawns in here. But it's also a... You have the mouse in the middle where you can plant your eggs and mice and then just kind of go back there. So even if you get bad luck, oh, like that red swirl, you can just come right back. You definitely don't like seeing that ghost there. If he possesses the party, that's just going to be annoying. Yeah, Leslie, you're digging out the mines is probably the best course of action for Chargles right now, unless he'd prefer to head backwards and try out some other doors. At least as far as getting the pendants, he needs to close out the seed. ColbyRayz steadily making their way through the cave. Chargles stealing the pudding from the refrigerator of that mall. Large pizza, that's a very good item that heals everyone in the party for a good chunk of HP, except for Pooh, since Pooh does not like food, generally speaking. But it's a very handy item to use on Phase 1 of Gygas that ensures all the kids will stay alive. And we have Jeff's best beam, the Gaia beam. It's not quite as bad as the baddest beam, but it's pretty good. Yeah, unfortunately none of the other kids have any weapons, so it's basically all Jeff and everyone else using PSI at this point. Although it seems Pooh has rolled very well for his PP count, so he can throw out a lot of stuff. Shield killer, unfortunate. We have not. I don't think we've seen any hints yet, although I might have missed a present or two while looking at Colby's side. Ah, a night pendant. That's kind of unusual to find this late, I think. Definitely could be a little better, but it'll suffice for now. Especially if you run into any Lumine enemies that might throw out flashes. Chargles deciding to go deeper into the cave. We see diamonds. Potential dark Onett enemies. Or even Cave of the Past enemies. Oh, that's not a good spawn to have right there. Oh, buddy. Oh, no! Diamond's coming out for cops. Oh, we have the Bionic Kraken, so more than likely this is, I guess, is right around the corner. Well, open with Thunder, that wasn't too bad. And it's very weak to freeze. Oh, the Rude Dragon has been frozen. ColbyRayz has found the free stand, not too much good there. They took a couple items. We have the third decimal. While ColbyRayz is being swarmed by ducks. Oh, Horn of Life, that's nice, but it's no like star pendant that you'd be really hoping for. And nope, not yet. Oh man, a sewer really. Ugh. Usually it's only like a screen or two away when you start seeing Cave of the Past enemies. Oh man. Onett on floor 9, that's actually pretty nice. There's a couple of free stuff here. Free boxes. The enemies seem to have scaled down, so possibly getting further away from that coveted Gygus room find. Oh, Chargles checking some of these doors, finds a warp to right next to a present here. Bag of Dragonite, that'll be useful on phase 2, assuming phase 2 is not fire resistant. I don't think it typically is. I'm facing down some more evil. What are they? What? Conducting Menace, I think? Or the ones from the mine. Yeah, and this is why these guys suck to fight, because Thunder takes so long, but they weren't a problem. ColbyRayz finding herself in Magicant. Oh, finds a speed capsule, that's very nice. A little more speed never hurt anyone. And we have the boss floor, after what seems like a long time, but she will finally be on, make it to floor 3 after beating up a duck. Not an exciting matchup, but... Oh no, get the pizza number, you can get more large pizzas. They're only like $300. So ColbyRayz making some steady progress through the ancient cave here. Meanwhile, Chargles continuing to dig out 9, hoping to find something that'll protect him from Gygus. There's the star pendant. Everything we've been waiting for. Alright, I take it that Pooh is the prayer kid. I have not been paying attention to that. Oh, Colby. Okay, you got the grain. In Ancient Cave, I would never willingly take a fight with a mushroom. If you get mushroom eyes, it can take forever to find some way to cure it. Oh, another skip on a 9 if you happen to find the signed banana. And Colby finds a full heal spot. Very nice. And another skip room. So there's a fair few skips on the 9. It's possible Colby will find one of them and meet up with Chargles. Lucky coin? Not too bad. And Colby finds 3. This could be a good chance to grab some bombs, although they may not have any money on hand. Ooh, a Franklin badge. That's very, very nice. Give that to the prayer kid, and once you grab a good pendant, you'll be more or less invincible once you get past that first phase. Also, Electrospectre is one of the bosses, and that guarantees a win, more or less. Unless you happen to get HP sucked to 0, but that would be, I think, very difficult to have happen. But not impossible. Chargles withdrawing lots of money, although I don't think they found a shop just yet, but if they happen to find a super bomb vendor, then they'll be in very good shape. Thankfully, Chargles found a door that took him to the other side of the sewers, so we can investigate these doors over here. Finding the full heal spot, that's always nice. A little out of the way, though, from the central mines, where he has his current warp set up. I don't know if there's been any safe points nearby, either. Honestly, not a bad idea to set up a mice warp point inside any, or nearby, or inside any room where you can get a mice refill. Alright, only a couple more doors in Onet to check. Going up to the more dangerous areas of Onet. You got the library, the treehouse, and then the entertainer shack. Got another lucky coin. That's all 3 kids that like coins. So ColbyRayz has found another full heal spot. I think every time you go into that area, the Star Master will come down and heal you. You can also get the key to the tower and take a skip into Dungeon Man for the first floor. But, since we know that's on like floor 1, that's not a useful skip for us in this seed. Something to keep in mind, though. So with 2 star pendants, I'd say Chargles is at least defensively good enough for the Gygas fights. However, he doesn't have many options for damage outside of freeze, so if Pokey happens to be freeze resistant, they're going to be a long match. Fortunately, Chargles taking a red swirl there. ColbyRayz making their way back through a giant step here. Continuing to see mushrooms, so it doesn't look like we're making it towards the end of the floor just yet. I guess they reached a dead end. Another way Colby can also catch up is if they have the money, they can also buy the house on the west side of Onet if they happen to find that as they're going through the cave. Diamond Band, it's alright. It's a defensive item. You can sell it for lots of money if you so choose. Alright, ColbyRayz has found the exit to floor 3, making steady progress through the caves. Might be worried that they have not found a skip. Found a Cherub's Band, one of the better bracelets in the game. Maybe I'm not sure if it's the best one. Might be. So with Colby steadily advancing through the caves, Chargles still hasn't found Gygas's door yet. Might be back in the mines. They also haven't found a store. So all the money they're hoarding has not come in handy yet. Might not be a bad idea to mouse back to the center of the mines and continue on from there. Chargles getting a fresh egg. Although maybe Chargles would prefer to go back to the split after finding another conducting menace. Colby taking out painting from Moonside. Oh, we have a Wetnosaur. Another skip room. So there's plenty of ways to get onto 9, it seems. Well, we finally found a shop, although might not necessarily. It's typically a food shop. Probably, I'd still check it. You might have secret herbs. You might have Form of Life. It's also not just a bad idea to maybe get a few decent healing items. You know, throw it on Jeff or someone else as an alternative to using Life Up. If you happen to need to conserve PP, I guess since Pooh is a prayer character, food items aren't quite as valuable. Chargles trying to avoid the diamonds in the mine. Seems to be a pretty bad spawn play here. Just going for it. Let's see who it is. It's another Bionic Kraken. Bionic Kraken was nice last time. We'll see if he gets a Solidify or gets Crashing Boom Bang. Yep. ColbyRayz taking on some 3 enemies here. The Impatient Bee. Oh, Chargles, oh no. This is probably a Starman, yeah. He's got a Shield Sigma, but I don't know if he's faster than it. ColbyRayz finding their first skip. The Forsyth Theater here, taking them to an unknown floor. Yep, up. Ness is down. All the kids are down. Using that large pizza, it came out in time. Who's on 7? Oh, ColbyRayz finding some fish. So they're pretty deep in the sea now. Maybe floor 8. Could be probably 7. Maybe a late 7. Oh, Colby picked up Balanced Star Master. I missed that. That's some good stuff. That's an option for Gygas damage. Chargles throwing out the thunder. Oh. Yep, Colby getting some good EXP here. I think the boss of 8 was Electrospectre, so with that Franklin badge, they're sitting pretty. Belch Base, I don't like going through Belch Base personally. Although, well, actually if they have Starstorm, finding the Fobbies is not a bad way to get EXP. Although maybe... Oh, the door just took them all the way up to the top. That's nice and convenient. Wait, are they on the same floor? There? Or are the two different Delta Rune musics? No, different tracks, okay. Chargles down an S as he continues his way through the mines. ColbyRayz beating up fish for EXP. Bypassing the little pile there. Magic Truffle. Good up, finding the start of the floor. Uh-oh, Chargles being harassed by fires. We have seen a hint man. Chargles found one in Summers, which told them he was on floor 9, I'm pretty sure. The boss list really wasn't that bad. It was floor 8 boss is Electric Vector, floor 7 boss is Guardian. I don't know, the Guardian mummy guy in the pyramid, I forget his name. I mean, he's not very notable, so, you know. Yeah, last night's seed had a very rough boss list, but tonight is much easier. Yeah, Fobbies are definitely a color of some kind. Yep, although Kobe's running out of PP, though someone might gain some of it back from these levels, but need to be just a little careful going forward so they don't run dry. Chargles still digging out the mines. Hey Lyra, how's it going? Oh, Colby getting ambushed by some Kuraba enemies there. Oh, all the money Chargles got out of the ATM, useful here. We have another mouse room, probably an even better place to put it, just because this may be even closer to Gygas. And don't forget to talk to the rock in the Lost Underworld. And I don't set your mouse in here. If you have to go back, you'll have to leave the room and come back in. No. Alright, so Chargles knows where Gygas is. Now he needs to pick up his kids and get to it. So we got a Gygas found at 32 minutes in. That's pretty good time. ColbyRayz finding the first Dungeon Man dungeon. Pretty good spot to pick up some easy presents. But the net's down, at least the other kids are getting additional EXPs, so pretty useful. Although, yep, no, Jeff lived. Looks like some enemies, some level appropriate enemies clipped into the Dungeon Man dungeon. You have to be careful about that here, depending on what enemies the floor has. They can flip inbound into the, yep, like the Starmen will teleport in. Sometimes enemies can also just spawn in too, especially near the top, but near the traditional entrance. But since we're seeing Starmen on ColbyRayz side, they are likely getting close to the exit of floor 8, or getting closer. I haven't really been keeping track of. I would not fight those question marks. Do not do that. Word of caution: if you only see 2 question marks, they are probably the bomb throwers, and you will have a bad time. We got a flame pendant on ColbyRayz side, not the best thing. Very useful in some contexts, because as we see on Chargles side, the fire boys can be pretty hot. Oh, remember you have a full heal right outside Chargles. Nope, that was it, Chargles. There you go. I'm not sure if I haven't been looking at all the presents Colby's been opening. I'm not sure if they found anything super exciting yet. Rabbit's Foot, now that's exciting. They will have to find some bottle rockets somewhere to really make that useful, but it can be very good for running away from enemies. Yep, so Chargles right outside the skip to 9. I guess they will just go right back to Gygus and challenge him. Oh, we have the other side of the theater. Oop, watch out for those diamonds. ColbyRayz says to heck with a mandatory showtime. Alright, well let's see this secret technique of Chargles here. The secret technique is if you mouse back into this room, the activation trigger for Gygus is not enabled, so you need to leave the room and walk back in. That's the secret. Nope, you're gonna get hit by that diamond, Chargles, no! It's everyone's favorite, Starman. Nope. The unwanted being. Yep, Chargles moving his mouse, resetting. Yeah, if you find yourself in a bad spot and you just saved, just reset. You know, if it sucks, hit the bricks. Alright, Chargles resetting the room. ColbyRayz finding themselves back in that initial main blue mine area. Uh-oh. Oh, I got the green swirl. That's good. Okay, it's just some evil lips. Oh, somehow it gets the green on those guys. That would have been a very bad matchup to try and run away from. So, good thing he got the green there. Holy Fry Pan. On ColbyRayz side, that is Paula's strongest weapon. Also looks like the only weapon Colby had for Paula. Nope. And try to get the green, but no dice on Colby's side. Ooh. Yeah, running out of... Yep, using that water. Oh. But the aliens are... Yeah, okay. Trying to auto so they can get the quick life up on Jeff. And we have Chargles starting the Gygus fight, starting off with a beta. This could KO Pooh right away, and I don't think... Oh, only 99, that's lucky. And Pokey is numb, so... We'll have to see now, is Pokey freeze resistant or not? Divorce Living Dead Googie. I mean... Okay, so Pokey is not freeze resistant, or if he is, not much at all. Okay, looks like that beta was doing about half damage, so... It is a little resistant, but not super resistant. Yeah, it's gonna all come... Oh, Colby checked what floor they're on. I did not see if it was 8 or not. It probably is. Alright, I think Chargles has got phase 1 pretty well at this point. Just need to manage Paula's PP here. Colby finding a skip, though I don't know if this was the ones that Chargles found. I think they were all, yep, back to 3. That wouldn't be a bad idea if they had an ATM to go check out that arms dealer. I don't think they did that the first time through. I mean, you got a rabbit's foot on Jeff. That would be a good check. Alright, Chargles through phase 1. We'll see how phase 2 is. He's got his start pin. It's ColbyRayz finding the boss room. Oh, that present's probably a loaded dice. It is a loaded dice. Alright, is Gygas phase 2 freeze resistant? If it is, Chargles could be in a bit of danger here. Nope. At least not any more than Pokey was, so it all comes down to, does Chargles have enough PP to get through Gygas? ColbyRayz finding a Saturn ribbon. ColbyRayz using the mouse to mark the spot, just in case something happens. Some fobbies. Although, I don't think... Oh, yeah, get that. I was gonna say, I don't think Colby has, Okay, Chargles through phase 2 on the prayer phases. I don't think Colby has found a heal spot, so I think their PP is still pretty low. You could maybe go in and out that door for a while, try and get some butterflies. So, on Chargles' side, Ness is down. Okay, I guess maybe Colby's going back to try and find a heal. Honestly, having Pooh be the prayer kid is pretty annoying, just because you have to take... If you're, you don't feel comfortable with that brain shocking guy, I guess you have to take some time out to brain shock him and not advance the fight. So Chargles going for the solidifies. Keep guy gets pinned down. Yeah, there's a heal in that room, Colby. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this could be bad. This could be bad. If Pooh goes down, I don't think he's got any revival items. Oh no, no, he picked up that Horn of Life. Hey, Chargles is still in it. But yeah, this is still not a... This is not a for sure win for Chargles, not yet. Colby checking out the desert mine stand. Also going to loot some of the presents here in the desert, it looks like. Whee! Chargles making steady progress through the prayer phrases. $178. So not only is Gygas confused, but Chargles is throwing out freezes in an attempt to try and stall Gygas as much as possible. Not a bad plan, especially with that earlier scare of Pooh getting double lightning. That can still happen. I don't know if Chargles has any other revives, but he's getting close. ColbyRayz finding one super bomb. going to take on Electrospectre. Now, I believe ColbyRayz has a... unfortunately, the PSI shield doesn't work against Crashing Boombang. But, ColbyRayz, I believe, has the, has at least one Franklin badge, so even in the very worst case, ColbyRayz can make it through. And Chargles is on to the last two prayers. So going and try and go for that safety freeze. Excuse me. Solidified. This is Chargles' win here. We have a race time .gg time of 45:09. Let's see. I honestly don't know how to pull anyone into the commentary chat. Here we go. Congratulations, Chargles, on the victory.
Thank you. That was a fast one. What, floor 9 in 6 or 7 minutes, and then the not continuing on the mole cave cost a lot of time in floor 9, but I needed the items / experience anyways.
Yeah, you were on floor 9 almost instantly as soon as, not even, right before, like, I think the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, going up in the department store to look for skip items, then fed right into Ruby Skip, which then 2 doors later or so, 2 or 3 doors later, had Skip Sandwich Skip, and the rest was history.
Yeah, it was very convenient also that that full heal from Fire Springs was right outside you to skip to 9.
Yeah, I kind of had I just kind of decided that would be my Death Warp spot from there on out, just because it was 2 transitions away and a quick shot back to 9, which I guess I didn't really need. I just needed to prep for Gygus.
Yeah, it was hard going for some presents there at the start. You weren't finding any pendants. Got a couple coins. You didn't really find much in the way of weapons either.
No, I mean the Gaia beam was good, especially to not have to worry about de-brain shocking Gygus. And then 2 pendants is all I needed then for Paula and Pooh, and the only sketchy thing was Pooh's HP.
Yeah, you did take that KO there at a bad time. Thankfully, I found that Horn of Life.
Yep, and I just put everything good on Paula because it looked like Ness is going to be not... all we needed to do was paralyze Pokey, if possible, and it was. Did you see what my phase 3 strat was?
Yes, I did see you were throwing out those freezes to solidify Gygus.
I mean, I'm sure other people have done it before. I haven't seen it, I don't think, in races, and it only hit twice on the solidifies, but I figure it's just one more dice roll of luck that could go my way.
Yeah,
if Jeff
Gygus is always solidifying you. Why not just turn the tables on him?
And if Jeff has prayer, then you're throwing up 2 freeze alphas with Paula and Pooh if they got the PP, and it just like odds are, it feels like you get it almost every round at that point.
Yeah, Solidify has a pretty decent chance of going off, and it's for extra safety net. I can understand maybe Pooh, if he has low PP, you don't want to be throwing out freezes with him just in case he's being your heal bot. But yeah, it's a very interesting strat. I had not considered it before, actually.
The first time I tried it was a Jeff Prey seed, and I feel like the Solidify hit almost every round, so I was like, this is going to be great. And then I think I was 2 for 10 in that one.
Yeah, I saw it go off a couple times.
But, I mean, once or twice, you never know if that's the round that throws the double lightning bolt or who knows what.
Yeah, for sure. Seemed to Didn't work out very well for you.
How's our friend faring?
So Colby did not go to the top of the department store. I don't think they checked it much at all. They actually went down a floor and went through that door. They walked through floor 1, 2, and 3. Then they found a skip on, I believe, floor 4 that took them into 8.
Okay.
And then right when you were winning, they were fighting and defeating Electrospectre.
Okay. I saw the boss list looked pretty tame. Nothing too spooky. Spectre, maybe if you don't have the Franklin badge, which obviously
yeah, Colby actually did find a Franklin badge on, I think, floor 3, maybe? So they were pretty well prepared for Electrospectre, but it seemed like Electrospectre was pretty tame for them. They're currently in Summers right now, having a bad fight against a Smile and Sphere pack. But yeah, no, that was a very well played seed. Very quick.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I was despairing a bit seeing Onet. Onet can always be a little rough.
Yeah, having Summers and Onet, and honestly, I have no idea where the entrance to 9 would have been. Mm-hmm. I guess Colby's probably finding out.
Yeah, I didn't see where exactly they had connected with your skip in, but it was you had entered pretty close to the start of the floor, it seemed.
Yeah, if Colby's hitting Summers right there, must be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so any other thoughts on the seed? I did notice you put down a mouse in the middle of the mines, but opted to not take the mouse back to the mines after searching Onet. Were you hoping for more EXP from the Cave of the Past enemies, or? Frankly,
it was more about making sure I didn't leave anything between the two of them in terms of exits.
Okay.
So yeah, if you end up at Summers right away, that must have been the entrance to 9. So floor 9, if you play your cards right, you really it's probably 4 door transitions.
Yeah, overall not. I mean, Onet makes it pretty big, but and also you have the mines.
Yeah, if you're to just luckily straight shot it, because I think Colby went from Summers right there. There was a way to the mines, and then mines was 2 or 3 doors to Gygas. You had to pay your admission fee to go get Gygas.
Yeah, and there's also just a Summers to Onet door as well.
Oh yeah,
so
that would have.
You have to go through the mines eventually to get to Gygas, but there also looked like there were a couple of different skips into 9. So even
I saw those. That made me worried because I was like, if there's only 1 or 2 skips into 9, then odds are Colby's not finding the way I did. I just don't see many people going up to the top of the department store. I just checked that door because I was looking for the skip items.
Yeah, no, it was very fortuitous. Colby finding their first star pendant here in the Dalai Lama room. Let's see. Let me try and bring up the challenge and see who you're facing off next. Their Chargles. Looks like you will be taking on the victor of Irving versus Kelly, and I believe that's scheduled for noon tomorrow. At least noon in my time, which is EST.
Yeah, that'll be good. I like playing against Irving. I mean, or Keeley is probably fine too. They're it's a foregone conclusion I'm going to beat him. Might as well just pencil me into round 3 danger bracket.
You'll be the big comeback king of this year's tournament.
Yeah, was it you who last year lost first round and then ran the losers bracket?
I did. That was me. I lost Pebble Possum round 1 and then clawed my way back up to face Satake in the final round.
And how'd that go?
Not well.
Oh no.
Well, it was going great until I lost. You know.
Everything's going great till you lose. Oh, which reminds me. There it is.
Are you gonna put up the you are winner?
I am winner. Looks like Colby is insisting on finishing this one out.
Yeah,
You gotta love
I
the
mean,
persistence.
Yeah, they were already on floor 9, so not I wouldn't say it's out of the possibility to just close it out fairly quickly.
I was bummed having to use the large pizza in the spooky fight with the Starman and Reactor Bot.
Yeah, that unfortunate star storm to take was a bit rough. I was watching you menu to that PSI shield. Like, I don't think Paula's going to outspeed here, and she did not.
No, does he always lead off with a Starstorm?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That would have been good to know.
Yeah. I think the behavior is same as vanilla, where he leads off with Starstorm Alpha, then does a countdown to Starstorm Omega, and then does Starstorm Alpha again, and then does the countdown.
Cool game.
Yeah, so they're entirely predictable. Usually in vanilla, by that time, Paula will be faster, so it's generally safe, unless you're like speed running, where you're not going to have like the levels.
Yep.
But
looks like Colby is not getting lost in the sauce.
nope, they didn't even go check all the free presents in Onet. They are barreling toward Gygus as quick as they can.
I'm probably wrong on all this too, but within the floor, are enemies mildly scaled?
Yes, they can be.
Okay, because I felt like when I got the Bionic Kraken like between the mines and Onet, that threw me off a bit because I thought I'm getting close, and obviously that wasn't the case.
Yeah, I believe it's based on, I think, number of doors from the starting position. So that's possible in that kind of loop like that.
Oh, that is technically
Where
the farthest,
it's
deepest spot on the
technically,
floor.
yeah, far enough that those enemies would show up.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah, it was a couple of door transitions between the mines and Gygus, but there were no enemy spawns in any of those rooms. So ColbyRayz stream seems to have gone. Oh, it came back up. Okay, they are still hanging out in the Gygus room, contemplating something.
Yep, Colby forfeited.
Ah, okay. Yeah, feel free to hop into commentary if you'd like to chat about the Sea, Colby. You did very well.
Yeah, I was expecting to find a like Gygus, and then like the first 20 minutes, I was like, oh shoot, man, I'm on floor 9 already. This is gonna be fast, and knowing where Gygus was would have been beneficial then, just to leave that mouse. Hi, Colby.
Yes, and we're joined by ColbyRayz. Hello, Colby.
Oh, sorry. Hey.
Yeah. So, how's it going? How was the sea?
Very loops.
Yeah, there were. It got pretty confusing at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to watch it back, you'll see. I think my first after like it didn't take many door transitions to end up on 9, and then from there it was just building my empire and looking for Gygus. I didn't find Gygus till probably the 35, like almost 40-minute mark.
I have it marked down as 32 minutes or so.
That was a 13-minute Gygus fight?
Well, that was just when you first found it.
Oh, that's right, found him. But yeah,
you did leave, and then you moused back into the room, and then went up to the top.
I made the mistake of, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, so there was a bit of time between finding Gygus and then challenging Gygus, but
it was only one shot. Pokey was paralyzed right away, and everything else was relatively tame.
Yeah, there weren't any bad freeze resists. So Colby, tell us about your experience. You walked from about 1 to 4, and then I believe you found a skip there to 8,
Yeah.
thereabouts.
Yeah, I had a lot of loops through the run, and then tried to find some chests. But when I got to Electrospectre, I had like no psychic points, and I went backwards and healed and went back with my mouse.
Yeah, I
And,
did notice that. I was wondering if you're going back for a heal. I was perhaps
Yeah.
wondering if you're maybe going to try and farm butterflies outside that winter shop door, since that one did show up when you went back through the door.
I thought of that, but I don't know. I just
guess
didn't
that's
think
not
I would
consistent.
do it.
Yeah. But you did have some things that Chargles didn't have. You did find a Franklin badge as well as an Auto Star Master.
Oh.
Yeah, Pooh had. It's rare to have more PP than HP type of thing in a seed, and that was Pooh. He was the firepower for the most part. Jeff had a Gaia beam, but your floor 9 was much faster than mine. I did a lot of putzing around. You know, my skip got me into Summers. Then I dinked around the mines for a while. Then I dinked around the net for a while. I just never hit right side of the mines to look for guy. I guess at that point I was just full clearing on net and sort of beefing up along the way. Only 26 total fights, which it always feels like way more fights when you're in a cave.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Colby, I do have a question for you. In 3, you decided not to check the arms dealer. Any particular reason for that?
I think I didn't had good money. I think I had like $100, so I remember.
Okay, that's what I had speculated at the time. Was perhaps you didn't have any money on hand. But all right. Well, Colby, sad to see you go.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Chargles will be up against the winner of Irving and Keeley. Sorry if I mispronounced your.
Oh no, they have to be up against me.
Yep, and up against you and your famous free straps.
They are now. Cat's out of the bag.
Yep.
Thanks for commenting, and Derek, thanks for restreaming.
Yes, and thank you everyone in chat for keeping me company during my solo commentary career.
GG.
Yep, GG's to our runners, and good night.
Good night, guys.